My favorite thing about soccer is when I don't even have time to think. I just react. Honestly, the game on the field, that's the easy part for me. My biggest struggle has always been the game, inside my own head. The view from the goal. When I was a little kid, all I wanted to do was play soccer.
Get on it, Jack!
When I had a ball at my feet, I was just super happy.
Come on, Jack.
As I got older, I was just becoming a really, really good player. And just really, really loved playing. I was all state, all region, all American. So when a school like Georgetown offered me a scholarship deal to be on their team, it felt like a dream come true. So when I first got to Georgetown, it was a top 10 Division I program, and I had really high expectations for myself. But I was competing against better players, and I didn't play nearly as well as I thought I would. All of a sudden, a lot of anxious thoughts started to come into my mind about, what if I miss this pass? What if I miss this shot? Thoughts I couldn't shut off. Then I'll never forget there was this one day. My heart started beating faster. My palms started sweating. I started shaking. I couldn't get control over my body. I just remember this overwhelming feeling of fear. It felt like I was getting chased by a shark. And no matter how hard I tried to get away, it just kept getting closer. It was just pure panic. Then it just stopped. I was just like, wow, I don't know what just happened, but it was the scariest thing I'd ever felt. And I was terrified to tell anyone about it. I felt like there was something wrong with me. I felt like this wasn't me. I'm the person that loves soccer, that is so happy and energetic like I was as a kid. But I was just so stressed out, so anxious. I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Towards the end of Jack's freshman year, he asked for a meeting to come in the office, came in and sat down and said, you know, Coach, this is really hard for me, but I don't think I can come back next year. I think I need a break from soccer. The mind's made up. It wasn't I'm out because I'm not playing, I'm out. He's like, I'm out. It was one of those things you're like, whoa, what? Still ran that game. You're making plays. As a coach, you're looking at this kid, and this is one of your best players. He's a great kid, no issues. Why is he out? I could tell in his voice he's got something that he's struggling with, you know, but he couldn't talk about it. And, you know, the only response for us was like, well, doors open to come back. You know, take the time you need.
I left the team, took off my sophomore season. But eventually, I felt like I couldn't just give up on soccer. So in the spring, I told my coach that I wanted to come back and give it another go. So coming into junior year, I thought I would finally be ready. But when I got back on the team, within hours, it started happening again. I felt the panic creeping up, and the worst fear was to let my teammates see me in such an anxious state. So I got a room at a hotel by myself, and I was just in panic mode 24/7 for 3 days. No one knew what I was going through, but there came a point where I couldn't keep it in anymore.
The day before we were leaving for our preseason, Jack calls and says, "Coach, I can't go." And it was one of those moments where you're like, whoa, what is, right? It's like a deja vu thing, right? But in this call, for the first time really, is when he started talking about why.
I told him about all these thoughts and feelings and panic attacks and everything. It was the first time I really opened up to him, and I'll never forget what he said to me.
The initial reaction was, "Hey, we got you. We're here for you, right? We are here for you." And, there was a lot of hurt and anxiety in his voice. He's saying he's letting us down. He's letting his teammates down. And I remember telling him, I says, "You have a group of teammates that love you. Don't sit and be embarrassed about it. There's not a single guy in that locker room who's going to judge you, who isn't going to welcome you. And everyone you care about in this team is here for you."
He wanted to support me. He wanted to really understand what I was going through, not just as a player, but as a person. And over time, my teammates did the same thing. And that motivated me to see a psychiatrist as well. He recommended taking medication for the anxiety. And when I was met with love and support, it changed everything for me. So right when I joined back, I was shocked at how good we were compared to other years. We had really, really good players, and I knew we kind of had something special.
Steve Mann shot at a goal. They have responded emphatically.
Not only was I not nervous for myself, but I knew we had each other's backs.
Who are we? We're family. Who are we? We're Jet.
It didn't matter who you were gonna belong on the field, and you were part of our family.
It's a right-footed strike that finds its way in.
We went undefeated in the league, won the Big East.
Rise to the occasion, Jack Beer, the junior.
We went on to the NCAA tournament.
Response from the Hoyas here.
Won the first 2 games, and we got all the way to the national championship.
And it's game on here at Cary. Georgetown seeking their first ever national championship.
That game, it was just like back and forth, up and down.
Georgetown has taken a 3-2 lead here.
We scored in the last couple minutes, 3-2. I thought that's it, we won everything. And then they scored in like the last minute.
Oh, it's all tied up. He roofed it.
And I remember thinking, this is definitely gonna go to penalty kicks.
Penalty kick, Georgetown.
So to take a penalty kick is one of the most stressful things that you can do in the game of soccer. You have fans in the stands, your teammates, your coaches. All these people are now solely focused on you. And then you have the goalie standing right across from you. You're only 12 yards out. It's like, how can you not score?
Up next for the Hoyas, number 11, Jack Beer. Remember, he took an entire season off last year and now finds himself taking a penalty in the national championship game.
But when I was stood behind the penalty, that was actually the least nervous that I was in the entire game. In that moment, I took myself back to when I was younger, where it was just me and a soccer ball, just enjoying playing. Stepped up to it.
Georgetown continuing to keep the pressure on Virginia.
And that's a beautifully taken penalty.
What a moment for Jack Beer now.
Thankfully, I scored, and all 7 of my teammates scored their penalty.
The Georgetown Hoyas have won their first ever national championship.
It was incredible.
One of the more proud coaching moments I've ever had is to see that kid actually figure it out. He was someone that almost quit, but because he was able to articulate what's happening, we were able to help.
6 months ago, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't breathe. And now I was just with all these people that had helped me through such a dark time. And I couldn't have done it by myself. I mean, I needed these specific human beings to help me walk when I didn't have legs at the time. I kind of realized, like, wow, it's so important to ask for help. It's so important to show the weak signs of you and trust other people, because it might turn out better than you think.